I admit I did ask some sticky questions. But okay, let me look at some of the answers that Mr. Willie provided. When I asked him about, do you believe that is evolution a proven fact? He did say that science cannot prove it conclusively now. But again, I realized that there seems to be a double standard, because I'm supposed to prove. I mean, all due respect to him, I think it's not just he's making this. I think that this is generally the agnostic claim as well. I mean, the atheist agnostic claim as well. I have to shoulder the burden of proof in order to attest what I say is true. You don't have to. I mean, even you're an atheist, you don't have to. You just have to sit in your chair, throw the spanners in my wheels, and I'm accepted to remain standing after that. So I don't think it's a really fair statement. In light of this question of debate today, does God exist? To be honest, I was looking for things, but I do not find any conclusive evidence why God cannot exist or why God does not exist. I know the agnostic will immediately put up their hand at this point and say, that this is how we believe that, you can't be certain about things. Mr. Willie says he's not certain, yet he is certain. I'm having a great difficulty understanding these things, but I'm sure he has a good reason to explain, to think. Now, he says with regards to paranormal activities, he doesn't, I'm not sure, he says that with regards to paranormal activity, that, he doesn't know, he just believes it's basically, it should be more proof more often. But again, people have died. If you have watched the famous movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, you find it's actually a historical thing. The girl ended up dying. Now, that was a real thing. Now, I'm not claiming that as a, I won't be so delusional as to claim that it's my argument for it, but at the same time, think about it for a moment. These things do happen. Just because there are no proof of it, you are making a genetic fallacy. Just because something, the way we come up, just because we happen to be born in a certain place at a certain time, therefore, religion is unbelievable. We have no reason to believe in it. This committing a genetic, what we call a genetic fallacy. Something is wrong because of the origin. The answer is wrong just because of the way it came forth. I don't think this is fair. So I think I would seriously want to hear, more of why. Okay, fair enough. The Christian is told that he has got no evidence to back up his claim, but neither does the evolutionist. And isn't this the claim of special pleading, for that matter? Atheists have got no claim that God doesn't exist. Agnostics have got no claim that evolution is true. He himself, Mr. Willie himself, with all due respect, admitted that. And yet, I am supposed to shoulder the proof, not just to prove the Bible. When I proved the Bible, I proved, and I said, I treated the Bible not as a word of God, I treated the Bible as a historical book, not just to claiming that everything it says is accurate, although I do believe it, but as a historical book. You have prophecies here, it is fulfilled. And yet, it is said that I need to prove even more, but at the same time, you're not hearing the question of does God exist has not been answered. No, it has been almost there, but not quite, and there's been no proof. I've not heard one strong argument why God cannot exist, or that there is no a Christian is wrong for believing in God. I've not heard that, and I really wish to be hearing that. Now, to the final thing he said, the fourth thing. Do you believe that I'm delusional? He said that society would say no, but in a way he would kind of concede that I am delusional to believe in God and so forth. But again, how do you prove such a thing? I think our dear moderator Yoshua mentioned at the beginning of today, every assertion has to be proven. And the assertion that I'm delusional, I know he was just, I don't think he's wrong in any way for mentioning that, but I think there needs to be a proof as to why I'm delusional. I hear him, I feel him, many people here do. Are we all delusional? Now, almost 90%, I don't know where I got my statistics right, if I'm not correct, this was I think true in the early 2005 or so. That, it said about close to 90% of the world's population believe in the existence of some supernatural being or so. Now, if that's the case, are they all delusional and only the remaining 10% supposedly to be undelusional? And I find this rather confusing, and I really would hope for a genuine explanation on this. So far, these are the things. And with regards, now since I have an extra bit of time here, with regards to the the argument that about a space or the flying spaghetti monster as he uses, has there been good evidence? We have to ask the question: has there been good evidence? Just as much. Has there been good evidence just as much as I have given today? Like I've given the argument of biblical prophecy. It has not really been refuted. It's gone unrefuted. My argument from personal experience, it has just said that casually dismissed that I am delusional, but not really given any proof to it. So I would leave it to your discretion, ladies and gentlemen, to see whether the cases I am making here are indeed strong cases, or are there some clumsy cases put up here just for the sake of coming and saying why I'm at this level? So I will leave that judgment to your better discernment. So, as for now, thank you very much.